YouTube, what's going on, and welcome to the fourth episode of my Futhead's Hybrid series. In today's episode, we are going to be doing what we always do on the series, going through 4 hybrids on Futhead, 1 under 15k, 1 under 50k, 1 under 150k, and also 1 over 200k. So we start off this episode with the 1 under 15k, and it is also the one that is made by someone that is not me. It is made by Strolling Troll. I believe I already used him in this series, but he is in here again because he is making some of the best hybrids on Futhead right now. And he made this creative skilling team, which is No Links Wasted, as 4 nations and 4 leagues. And his squad is Calviero at the left wing with 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, looks really solid, along with Hatem Ben Arfa on the right wing with 5-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot. He's been tearing it up for Nice in the French league. And also Buffal with the biggest upgrade, I believe, from bronze to gold this year, has 5-star skills and 4-star weak foot and looks like a fantastic player. And then the very overpowered link of Fernandez and Boussoufa from the Russian league is used right here in the midfield. Those two players are very overpowered in this game. Boussoufa also gets that link to Buffal, so he is a very solid player, and that's a very solid link for those skill hybrids. And Zonzi is the other central midfielder, and he will definitely be the most defensive out of your 3. Fernandez is very balanced, but about even going attacking while going forward well, and Zonzi is definitely more of a defensive and stronger midfielder. The fullbacks are probably one of the bigger weaknesses of this squad, as it is for 15k and absolutely unbelievable for 15k. But Rui just doesn't look that great with only 59 physical, and also Konko doesn't look as good as he did last year, so it's not as good as it could be. And then the 2 center backs, De Mayo and Kiani, are pretty solid overall. Neither one of them has some great pace or some great defending, as 77 is their defending, and the highest pace between the two of them is 67. But they do both have over 82 physicals, so they should get the job done. They're not going to be the greatest center back pairing in the world, but they're definitely not the worst. And for a 15k team with 3 5-star skillers and also 2 4-star skillers, it's a very solid team. And with Perrin in goal, he is definitely one of the better players for Genoa and one of the better goalkeepers in Serie A. We now are going to go into our under 50k team of the episode, and this is a pretty creative hybrid. I really didn't look for No Links Wasted at the start, and I started off from the defense with Ginter at right back. He is the Team of the Week player for this episode. I might have one more. He looks kind of more of a center back, but I had that in Marquinhos in FIFA 15, his Team of the Season card, and I absolutely loved it. He played more like a center back. He didn't have the attacking threat that some normal fullbacks do, and he played more like a center back, but I really enjoyed that because I felt like I always had 3 center backs and then an extra fullback on the left-handed side, so maybe he can be just as good as Marquinhos was last season for Team of the Season. I then have Santos and Maicon as the center back pairing. Neither one of them are the greatest, and honestly, it's not the best center back pairing in the world, but we do have Diego Alves in goal, who has great diving and reflexes, along with Leon at left back. He links with Ruben Neves, and he just got an inform card, but unfortunately for him, his inform card would make this squad too expensive. The 2 center midfielders are one very experienced player in Ilkay Gundogan. He has every stat but one above 70, and he has a very balanced card this year and is once again one of the best central midfielders from the Bundesliga and also Germany. The other central defensive midfielder for the squad is Ruben Neves, and he has every stat above 66 and is a very solid young talent at, I believe, still 19 years of age for FC Porto. I believe he's had over £30 million bids placed on him from teams like Manchester City. 18 years old, actually, and he has some great potential on career mode. But in Ultimate Team, he still has a very solid card, as look at how orangey their stats are. For a silver, that's some great balance. It's not the greatest card, but he has very balanced stats, and he also is kind of getting the silver theme in this squad with Antonio and Gnabry on the wings. I wanted to use Gundogan and Ginter with that perfect link and also get a German right mid that wasn't from the Bundesliga, and he looked like the best one. With his 84 pace and 75 dribbling and still 3-star skills, he can definitely do a job on the right mid. And also Michel Antonio is the other winger in this squad. He made a big-time money move from Middlesbrough, I believe, to West Ham, making the jump up from the Championship to the Barclays Premier League. And he has 4-star skills and 4-star weak foot and 92 pace, 77 dribbling, and 72 shooting, making him one of the most overpowered silver wingers on this game. The cam in this squad is Ross Barkley, and he has a very solid card this year, and has a very solid talent in England and also for Everton in the Barclays Premier League. The striker is Saido Berahino. He is a very solid striker and is linked to Tottenham, so maybe we can get a move for him. I'm not the biggest fan of him, as I never really liked his attitude. I kind of feel like that's kind of delayed a move from him going to Tottenham. So, no, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but I would still definitely take him at Tottenham. I think maybe him and Clinton and G can definitely provide some scoring when Harry Kane is off form, so he could be a decent signing. And in-game, he has a very solid card with 76 dribbling, 78 shooting, and 83 pace. We're now going to be going into our under 150k team, and I really enjoy this team. It's very creative. We start off from the top with Thigh, the in-form striker, has over 80 pace and physical. Very odd combination for a striker. And also over 74 shooting and 70 dribbling, so it's a pretty solid silver striker. The wingers are going to be Drexler and S-Wine. S-Wine known to be one of the most overpowered players on this game the past couple years, and once again he is this year. He does only have 3-star skill moves, but he still has a very solid card with over 90 pace and over 70 dribbling, shooting, and physical. Drexler is definitely a much better player in real life, and I think he probably should be a cam and also higher rated, as he made a big time money move from Schalke to Wolfsburg after him being the replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. He has over 77 on his pace, dribbling, shooting, and passing, and 5-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves, so he's definitely very solid. The midfield is very defensive, with Faluner being the best attacking one with only 71 shooting, and also De Rossi and Khedira both have 66 and 70 respectively. So it's a very defensive midfield, but that's kind of how the squad worked out. If there was one thing to make the squad better, it would definitely be make the midfield more all-around and attackive. So as I said before, Khedira and De Rossi are definitely very defensive midfielders, so they should be able to hold down your defense and help out guys like Lichtsteiner, Rodriguez, who have high attacking work rates when they get out of position. Rodriguez, once again, is appearing for the 3rd time in 2 episodes. I've talked about him plenty of times in the series. Lichtsteiner is one of the best right backs on the game. He is a Swiss international playing for Juventus. Juventus looking to get back onto form, but these cards are from last season. And Lichtsteiner was one of the best right backs in the Serie A and also in the Champions League for Juventus. So his card's very solid with 83 pace, 80 defending, and 79 physical. The center back pairing is very overpowered with Barzagli and Castan, both 84 and 82 rated respectively, with over 72 pace for each, 88 defending, 85 defending for Castan, 88 for Barzagli, and 77 physical and 80 for Castan, so a very solid center back pairing, both getting that green link to De Rossi. Handanovic is the goalkeeper, and he is 83 rated, and the highest rate of the Serie A goalkeepers. That is not Buffon, and I tried to make this squad semi-null wasted, and it just didn't eventually work out. We now go into the 3rd squad for today's episode, and no, we are going into the 4th squad for today's episode. That was kind of a fail. So we do go into the 4th squad for today's episode, and it is the over 150k team. And we start off with the attack with Lavezzi, Morata, and Cuadrado. We start off with Morata, as he is definitely going to be more of a brute at striker and more of a goal poacher with 4-star weak foot and 3-star skill moves. And not the greatest mobility, but with 84 pace and 81 shooting, he's definitely a very solid striker. I don't really know how to describe him in real life, but somehow he just kind of scores goals, kind of like Harry Kane. As a Tottenham fan, I love Harry Kane, but he doesn't feel like that great of a striker. And then I see him play 5 games, and I see him bag 4 goals, and I'm just like, wow, how did that happen? Like, I don't know how Morata scores his goals, but they seem to always fall to him in very good situations, and he definitely takes advantage of them, as he's one of the best finishers at the striking position in the world, and that is the reason why Real Madrid want to buy him back. The wingers in this squad are definitely going in different directions. Lavezzi is getting on a little bit, as he has been the PSG winger for a long time. He's getting on 30 years old, and he does still have 4-star skill moves and over 82 pace and dribbling, but he just isn't the same as he used to be. While Cuadrado retains his 5-star skill moves and made a, I believe, loan move to Juventus from Chelsea, so that's a solid move for him, getting back to the Serie A, where he kind of struggled a bit at Chelsea. Midfield is very solid with Matuidi, Toulon, and Pogba, 3 Frenchies, as we start off with Matuidi, as he has a very solid card, over 75 in every stat but shooting. And then Toulon's a very defensive midfielder. Don't really know how he's 82 rated, with his highest stat being 81. Pogba's another very solid player on this game, one of the best central midfielders, with all his stats being very well-rounded, and he's one of the best young talents in world football. The right back in this squad is Bakary Sagna, and he is the only player that I believe does not make this no links wasted, as he does have a wasted link along with Quadrado, actually. That's my mistake. But Sagna does have a decent card and is one of the better right backs, says French. Company and Vermaelen form the center back pairings, so they're two Belgians, and they both have kind of similar cards, with Company being a little bit better in most of the defending areas. Along with Inform, Healit, in goal, you can go with Mingule or also Courtois or Proto in goal. But I decided to go with Inform Silver and make the squad look a little cooler and make it closer to no links wasted. The left back is Jordi Alba, and he is one of the best left backs on the game and in real life, and that will be the squad. If there was one thing I had to change about the squad, it might be the goalkeeper and the right back, and also Jeremy Toulon isn't the best. And that will wrap it up for this episode of my Futheads Hybrid series. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe for more Futhead Hybrids and also other FIFA content.